Our second news story of the day. Hands-on previews of the new upcoming game Judas from Ken Levin are finally hitting the internet. And if you don't know who Ken Levin is, I don't blame you. It's been a long time since we heard from him. He is the person in charge of Bioshock. And I don't mean Bioshock 2. I mean Bioshock 1 and Infinite, the two games that connected and then had cool DLC to have this alternate universe, multiverse plotline. That's right. The multiverse was a thing in video games before it was in the Marvel Universe, or I should say the MCU, correct? So, very interesting. Here's what we know about Judas. It's Bioshock in space. It has a non-linear story structure, meaning you can play the game in different orders, and it's all fine. It's up to your own decisions. The main character has memory loss, and you're trying to regain your memory over the course of the game. 3 major side characters are in the game. One is called Tom and voiced by Troy Baker. And before we all make a rude comment about Troy Baker, I like him as a voice actor, and he actually hasn't been in much recently, so I would welcome to see him as a voice actor in this game as one of the main characters, so I'm happy for that. He's a great voice actor. Hope and Nefertiti, don't know who they are, there's just 3 of the main characters. Each of the narratives occurs simultaneously. So it almost sounds like there's 3 stories, but they're all taking place simultaneously, and maybe the characters actually have interactions during the course of the game. Your decisions with these characters will greatly affect the narrative of the game. Every player experience will be different based on the choices that you make and the order that you play the game. So maybe if you play with Nefertiti first, Tom second, and Hope last, it might change the plot. As opposed to if you play with Tom first, Nefertiti second, and Hope last. You see what I'm saying? That's interesting. Maybe some replayability. Apparently, there's going to be some roguelike elements. For example, I guess the protagonist's name the antagonist's name is Judas, and she has the ability to regenerate yourself after she dies. So you can technically kill the antagonist, but then she might come back later in another form or rejuvenate after a time and come back after you, which is kind of interesting. The game sounds interesting to me. It sounds like they've taken an established premise. They've added some new elements to it. It sounds like the element of choice is going to be cool. I like the fact that it's not linear, so you could do it in different orders and have different outcomes. And, dude, Bioshock 1, in my opinion, one of the best modern games that I've ever played. I mean, that plot was so effing good the first time that you played it. I mean, the plot twists and stuff. So, man, I can't wait. This game sounds great to me. But, again, you got to wonder, man, with all the hype now that's going to be behind this, because Bioshock has been on the shelf for, what, a decade? Will it live up to its hype? I don't know. But it looks good. And so I hope that we'll have more information soon. And I hope that it comes out, relatively soon. I don't think we have any information on when it's coming out yet. I just seen this information. Like, people are talking about the previews that they got or had, but no one's I didn't see anything about like a solid release date. I don't think the game has a solid release date yet. Fed Rogers says, keep in mind, Bioshock 4 is still in the works. Yeah, but the problem with Bioshock 4 is it's not made by the same people. It's the same company. They own the rights, but it's not the same people behind it. So there's a good chance it won't have the spirit or the feeling of like Bioshock 1 and Infinite. It might feel like Bioshock 2. And Bioshock 2 was dog shit. It really was. It was an unpolished, unfinished mess of a game that didn't feel nearly as good as Bioshock 1. That it was sad that when you played it, like, oh, I wish I want to play Bioshock 1 again. Anyway. Judas, keep your eyes peeled for it. I'll let you know if there's any more information on it. Okay?